Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome to Campus Honda. My name is David Glebe. I'm the General Sales Manager here. Got some neat cars to show you today. We've got three of the hybrids that Honda Canada has produced that are pretty good for the environment, pretty good for your wallet, and pretty good on fuel savings. So we're going to introduce three of them to you, do a little walkthrough on each one, and maybe help you make a better decision for your carbon footprint here in Victoria. So this is our first hybrid. This is the 2020 Honda Insight Touring. The Insight really, at the end of the day, is the Civic hybrid. This is such a great little car. Probably my favorite thing about this vehicle is the amount of torque that it has. It gives a great amount of takeoff when you're driving. You feel like you've got lots of power on hand, but at the same time, you know you're going to get incredible fuel economy. This runs, of course, on regular fuel. It does bounce back and forth between the gasoline engine and the electric motor, but primarily it is driven by an electric motor. And I want to talk a bit about that because as I talk about our other hybrids as well, the electric motor is really key in how Honda's designed each one of these vehicles. Each one of these vehicles has an electric motor that's attached directly to the front axle, giving it its drive motor. There's also a second motor there that is an energy capture motor. That motor gathers up all of the remaining energy from braking, decelerating, and that friction that's created to send energy and power back to the batteries that are in this vehicle to help keep it charged up and help with that fuel economy. Each one of these cars does that, but in albeit just slightly different ways. The Insight, obviously very focused on fuel economy, but being a regular world driver, you don't feel like you've got to do anything different. You don't have to plug this one in. It is essentially like carrying the generator with you. And again, I can say that with all three of our models as well. You don't have to worry about range. If I want to drive up island, go see some sights, I can do that with this car. I can do that with the Accord Hybrid, and I can do that with our Clarity as well. All three give you that range to go out and just drive and just enjoy. As I'm sure you can see from the side profile of this car, it's very much a Honda Civic. The way we've designed this vehicle is so when you drive a hybrid, you feel like you're driving a regular car. You don't have to stand out and tell the world you're driving a hybrid and a green vehicle. Our idea is that you're driving a regular car. And when you jump in this vehicle, it feels like a high-end Civic. The fit and finish on this vehicle, the attributes all around it, everything that it gives you is very high-end. And I think you'll be very impressed of how nice this car is and how nice it's situated. So next up in the hybrid line is the Accord Hybrid. I have a bit of an affinity to this one. This is what I drive, so I absolutely love this car. What makes the Accord Hybrid so special is that it's Honda's flagship. They've always thrown everything they've ever learned from racing, from manufacturing over the years with all of the Accord models. That's why they've been rating so well, especially with Car and Drivers for so many years as being one of their 10 best. This car is incredible. With the hybrid touring model, you are essentially getting the top model of the Accord with every amenity and every feature that car has, plus a hybrid system. The hybrid system, again, like I mentioned with the Insight, is a two-motor system. One motor that drives, one motor that collects the regeneration energy and sends it back to the battery. You always feel like you have power. You're never feeling like you're underpowered in any way. And again, the fuel economy is amazing. I live out by the airport here in Victoria. Driving in this morning, a beautiful sunny day, I ran 3.8 liters per 100 kilometers. With that kind of fuel economy on a daily basis, you can see how much this is going to save you on fuel. In fact, in comparison to my previous V6 model, I'm almost half the fuel costs as I was with that previous car and not missing out on anything that car had for amenities. This is an amazing, amazing vehicle. You need to drive it to really get a sense of how much that energy and how much that power works together. Those two systems are so seamless. It's easily one of the quietest cars you're going to drive, one of the smoothest cars you're going to drive, and probably one of the most luxurious cars you're going to drive in our lineup. I think you'll be very impressed. So last but not least is the Clarity. The Clarity is our first foray into an electric vehicle. What we've done is given it so it has range. Basically, you get to carry the generator with you with this particular vehicle. So what we wanted to do is make it so if you wanted to travel up island, go somewhere else different, you're not worrying about where am I going to plug in and planning out your trip and trying to worry about having the charge in order to get you back home at the same time. With this car, you don't have to worry about that. You can drive on electric. When you need the power to charge it back up, you click on the generator, which is the engine, charge up those battery packs, and you've got power to spare, and away you go again. The great thing about it though, is if your commute's under 74 kilometers, you're using purely electric. And for most people, especially in the Victoria area, you're probably well within that range. You're running on electric the entire time. You're just plugging it in at home overnight in order to get that charge back up. Other than that, if you feel like you've got to zip off island for an excursion, you can certainly do that with this car as well, because you have a generator there you're carrying with you, you're good to go. Now, the Clarity, being a very specific car for Honda, and it's on its own platform, is very much a hybrid vehicle and has a very unique look to it. Everything about this car is designed for fuel economy, from the slope of the vehicle, to the side skirts protecting the wheels, to the wheel designs themselves. Everything about this vehicle is designed to slice through the air, use every ounce of that available energy that it can to put back towards those batteries to make sure you're getting the best efficiency possible. Everything on this vehicle is really thought through on how it can help with the environment. One of the things that's kind of neat is on the inside on the dash, a lot of the trim that's on there is actually made with a biofiber. It comes from plants, so that way it can be recycled at end of life and it's not hurting the environment down the road. It's just little details like that that make us really proud of this car and what it's done for the image and what we can do for Honda. So if you're looking for a vehicle that's going to get you better fuel economy, a way better carbon footprint, but not worrying about range or range anxiety, this is the car for you. So that's just a quick introduction to our 2020 Honda Hybrid lineup. The 2020 Insight, think Civic Hybrid. Amazing little car, looks like a Civic, drives like an amazing little hybrid. Great for the fuel economy, great for the environment. The Accord Hybrid, just an incredible car, great for family size. The back seat, almost like being in a limo. There's a lot of space back there, something you should come check out. And then last but not least, the Honda Clarity. The Clarity really is the flagship for that next stage and that next level of technology that we're pushing towards to make sure that you have something that's great for the environment, great for fuel economy, great for your carbon footprint, great for the emissions in the environment, and you're still getting in a Honda. It's reliable, it's safe, it has some of the best safety standards on the business. These all have Honda sensing. If you don't know more about that, have a look at our website. We have lots of information about that as well. These are some amazing cars. Come down to Campus Honda, come drive these cars. I think you'll be impressed.